and I would really rather it not. So give me just a second to get everything pulled back up. That's incredibly annoying, so at least. Um, ugh. So let me just get everything pulled back up, and we'll be, ready to go. So yeah, that's wonderful. I'm gonna have to get the chat back up. Hayden's here. So yeah, this thing this laptop is literally like the bane of my existence, and it's probably why I won't buy another Archie product. That's why I have pretty much, minus the need of a gaming rig, which is what this pretty much serves as for me. I'm gonna be moving probably to Mac full time eventually, um, which is, well, that's just how it's gonna go. This thing is not liking this whatsoever. It is like freaking out. It is not liking this one bit. So what am I doing? To save this thing, a little bit of stress, I'm gonna pull the stream up on my phone. Pretty much, this thing is like maxed right now. I don't know if it's running too hot. I wouldn't be shocked because I didn't bring the cooling pad with me either when I came up here. I honestly don't know what to say with this thing anymore. It's literally like I get, people like mess with me all the time about how I want to move to max. This is why. Yeah, it's really not enjoying this one bit. So I don't know what just happened with this thing. See if I can open up at least the settings app. So it's very choppy in y'all's end. I see that. What's weird, as soon as I opened up the settings box, it stopped. What I'm gonna do though, just to help see entirely what I'm dealing with right now, I'm gonna also pull up the little monitoring thing and see how hot this thing's running. Because I know I'm gonna bet this thing is screaming right now, like it's literally wanting to, burn itself to the ground because this thing is, oof, yeah, 86 degrees C. That's pretty hot. When y'all think? So I like the room. I really like the room right now. It's different to say the least. It's no roommates still. They actually moved it again. They had me in one building, and then when I got there this morning, they were like, "Oh, the room's not clean, so we're not gonna give you the room." And I was like, "Oh man!" But they sent me to another building, same complex, but it's a different. It's the other building. It's the one farthest away from the truck right now, and it's nice. I am still no roommate, which is wonderful because I was wanted to hopeful for it, and it came furnished pretty much. This was us, um, and the bedding was us. That's it. Oh, and like the cube thing I've got in the closet, which is like all of my clothes and all that jazz. So yeah, I'm really annoyed this has to go. This is how the stream's gotta work. And eventually, if I do get the MacBook I'm wanting for my birthday, I will probably never use this thing for streaming again. This thing will only serve as a gaming rig. Because it's pretty much all it can handle now. It can barely handle live streaming. It can't handle video editing at all. This thing refuses to work on Premiere. I don't know if the graphics card's going out, if it's a issue just in general. The computer, if it runs too hot, and that's why. I think that's probably why it shut off. Um, because it was running a second ago when I booted up um, the monitoring software. This thing's coming pre-installed with. It was running like 86C, so it was very hot. But yeah, so far, so I'm really liking the room. I think I'm going to turn that light back on because it was on and turned off. Usually it matches the switch's power states. If I boot the switch up, it'll stay on. But like I said earlier, I think one of the big things we want to do is we want to, actually set up a true automotive podcast. Me and Hayden do. We talked about it briefly last night, but I think we're probably going to really try to orchestrate that. And like I said, I'm hoping to do a true room tour sometime this week. It'll literally be a really short video. but that way you guys can get a look at the room. Even though I want to wait until I have everything I want here, so I'm gonna wait till I get the Mac here. Which I really don't know where to put it. I might have to put it like right here, next to like well, you guys can see it like right in this area, because I don't have a monitor to hook it up to here, and they've made it very difficult. Even though this does have Wi-Fi, so we'll give it that. But they made it difficult with like desk space and all that. It's a very small desk. It's a lot smaller than what I have at home, so I don't have like enough room for 2 monitors here. And I really want to bring 2 monitors here. It sucks, but I have been thinking about like a few months down the road trying to get like a 4K display in here for the Mac. So what is nice is since I have the room to myself, the AC is whatever I want it to be. Only my stuff's in the fridge, so I get cold water. Wow, I'm really bad today. Cold waters, cold sodas, all that junk. The bathroom's mine, so I don't have to worry about like any other one, like crapping on the floors or anything. It's just it's nice. I like having this to myself, and I think unless someone gets like transferred in like out of nowhere, and besides the fact that most of the people on this floor don't have roommates, there's like I think 2 or 3 rooms that actually have roommates. So it's really nice that this is mine. This is all my space. What does suck is and this wouldn't be a problem if my parents had shut that door earlier. They had the other one. They had the other room open. So if I really wanted to be that guy, I could have taken advantage of both rooms. But my parents were like, oh, this looks weird, so they closed the door. And unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it's actually a kind of a smart thing. The keys we have for these rooms, they both open the main door, but they only open one bedroom door. So mine, for example, only opens up my door. I can't go and like unlock the other door and hop in there. So if there was another dude here, because the rooms are not co-ed, but the like the actual suites aren't co-ed, but the rest of the rooms on this, like the rest of the suites on this floor are. So, like for example, both RAs here are neighbor or female. So there's one on each end. Like I said earlier, they're really cool people. They seem really nice. So that's a really good thing. I guess it's one of the shops they kind of have to be, but they really seem like genuine good people. But yeah, like I said, pretty much this is my place. This is it. It's really exciting, kind of, to. It's anxiety. It's like full of anxiety, but it's also really nice at the same time because um, it's something I have never done. And for someone like myself with ASD, it's even more anxiety ridden. Um, and I actually, it's gonna take some getting used to. I was very stressed out when my parents came and dropped me off at the door after we went and got dinner. I was like, crap, this is it. I'm on my own. But the advantage is I'm going to be back at my parents' house on the weekends. So, I mean, that'll probably be when I get to see Hayden the most. I know he had mentioned briefly, like last night, he might come out here a couple times. It's not going to be like every week thing, but, just to hang out on occasions, especially on days I don't have class. Well, I do have class, most of the week, and I'm always home when the days I don't. So, what does suck, and Hayden's actually here to listen, I guess. Originally, my mom had planned, we were talking about going to Savannah. My mom didn't sign up for testing in time, so she's thinking about just going out there anyway. And just say hi to her friends and all of her MVRA stuff. But she also, after that, thought about going to the Breaking Benjamin concert. But my last class doesn't end until 3, and that concert starts at 5. And that's on Thursday, so that can't happen. I would have loved that too because I've always wanted to see. I've never actually been to a concert. Hayden knows that, but I was like, man, that's like my favorite band, and it's like that sucks. I was really hoping I could go. After she told me that, which was like a couple hours ago, she's like, yeah, we could have gone to the Breaking Benjamin concert. I was like, crap. But yeah, so far I'm really liking it here. I don't have it feels interesting because all the doors are full on steel. I think they're like fire resistant. I think is why they have metal doors here, and all the walls are white. So it's very it's very kind of just basic, I guess. But we try to put some light colors in here. Like a lot of the furnishings are like a lighter, not like like turquoise or anything, but they're like lighter blues because we wanted the room to be more, I guess you could say, happy energy kind of junk. Um, like I said, I'll do a full room tour this week, so and that way, if any of you guys actually want to see what the room looks like, then you can. Um, the actual bedroom isn't entirely like the smallest thing in the world. We've got enough space where we could put a chair in, probably like over in the corner. So, for example, if I have friends over here, or just people visiting in general, they won't have to stand or sit in the bed. So we can just have a chair. Eventually that'll happen. I don't know when, but sometime in the future will happen. And like I said, it's really nice to have a roommate. So it's kind of like I was actually home alone at my parents' house for a couple of days when we came back from Florida, which was interesting. So it's kind of like it's very similar to that kind of experience, except my parents are 6 hours away. Um, 45 minutes. So it's not terrible by any means. But um, yeah, so I'm probably gonna end this off very soon. Probably not, like in the next 5 minutes, but probably about 10, 15, 20 minutes, because I do have to get some rest tonight because I gotta be up about 9:30 to go to a cookout for with the family. So um, yeah, I don't really. I'm also gonna be filming a driving impressions of the Seats video, and I guess since there's only one or two of you guys actually watching the stream, pretty much just a brief synopsis is I like them, but they hurt my ribs. Being my size in a seat that thin, um, is painful to say the least. I drove it here, and the side bolsters were just. I felt like I was getting socked in the back of the ribs, so it was not a comfortable feeling whatsoever. And I don't know if it's just because they're not broken in yet, um, but if things don't get any better in the next few months, I'm probably gonna want to put the stock seats back in because it's awful. It's really bad. It's a really bad pain. The leather feels great and all that stuff, but it's not the greatest feeling to get pretty much punched in the back of the ribs whenever you're trying to drive. Um, so I will do, like I said, I'm gonna talk more about it in the full video, but it's not the greatest actually, like with the side bolstering, which was my main concern, and I kind of expected it after test fitting those seats. I could have easily just sent them back, but I wanted to actually try them out and do all the mods and stuff and see how well it was. So I guess we'll see in the future how they hold up. But if things don't get better anytime soon, I'm taking them out because it's painful. It's really bad. So I'm hoping they just break in. I've noticed it's not as bad as it was when I first got them. When I first got them, I could even like get my back to the back of the backrest. That was a lot of backs. um, but it's gotten better, but it still hurts a lot. And Hayden can attest. He rode them for the first time yesterday, and it hurt him. So, um, but yeah, like I said, we're gonna try to do a proper car podcast kind of deal very soon. I want to kind of get it finalized first. I want to get, you know, one thing that's gonna suck is I hear everything that happens in the hall. So if anyone drops something, if any like the decorations fall, because I have like a lot of decorations on this hallway. If anything falls, anyone like walks by really loud or closes the door, slams the door, I hear it, which sucks. But like that, someone just closed the door. So that's like really sucks about this whole thing is I hear a lot of noise. But I have things to myself. No communal bathrooms, which is wonderful. I hate communal bathrooms a lot. So it's really cool to be able to just walk out to the bathroom whenever I want. But yeah, talking about the podcast. We want it to be a proper car podcast. There's not really any car podcast to watch right now. That in Blue Stop Me, That in Blue podcast. I can't remember any other car podcasts, so they haven't really done anymore. So me and Hayden want to kind of bring them back and try to do our best to create that. And we'll probably talk it over some more this week. and try to set everything up properly and do a proper Car Guy podcast. And I'd like to try to get Michael in on it too, but I don't really think he's too big on wanting to do these kind of things anymore. So I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'll talk to him about it tomorrow if we see him. But we want it to be a true Car Guy podcast. We don't want it to be, just three guys sitting in front of a camera just talking about random crap for, an hour, 2 hours. We want, topics, themes, all that stuff. So I guess if you guys have any cool ideas for that, just message me on Instagram, OneLove4.0, and give us some cool ideas to do the podcast on, because we're going to pretty much try to start pre-production ASAP, formulating the episodes, what we all want to talk about, our topics, all that junk. Of course, there'll be a lot of rambling because it's just what we do. Just by nature, the group is kind of just a group of we'll sometimes get on the tangents and ramble on a little bit, which is to be expected. Most podcasts do that; they always kind of ramble off. So mainly we'll have a main theme we start off with, and then it'll kind of just flow from there, I guess you could say. But yeah, that's kind of the gist of that. We haven't come up with a name yet either. So if anyone has any cool Car Guy podcast name ideas, let us know. We don't want to call it the Roast Tires podcast because it would be broadcast on my channel. It wouldn't be fair to Hayden and anyone else we have on the show to alienate them like that, I guess. We haven't decided if we want to do it live either, because if we do it live, I want to get the chat working. I really want to get that working. So we'll figure that out eventually. I'm gonna do some research tonight and try to see if I can figure it out. But in that regards, if that's if we do it live, if we do it pre-recorded, I'll be able to do a proper intro on it and stuff, which I really want to do. I tried doing that multiple times with the previous podcast, the Caffeine Not Saying podcast, and the original Roast Tires live podcast that we tried doing for a little while. We tried doing little orchestrated intros for it, but it never really worked right. So I think probably what we're gonna wind up doing, that we'll probably put an intro on if we record it live, or if we pre-record it, and instead of doing it live. But if we do it live, we'll actually put an intro on it. We won't put an intro on it, but we'll put a chat working. So pretty much, it's whatever feature will be. It's dependent on how we do it. Because if we do it live, you guys will be able to see your chat on screen. And if we do it pre-recorded, you'll get an intro and outro. So that's pretty much that. Like I said, we haven't figured out a name yet. I haven't had a lot of time to really think about it. We pretty much decided last night we really want to try it out eventually once we can get everything figured out. And of course, most of the streams will be coming off the Mac because pretty much that blue screen in the middle of that stream kind of just killed its chances. That was pretty much the last straw. We're streaming on this because it's obvious now this thing can even handle streaming right. Without going back in high performance mode, which looks awful. I wanted high quality. I wanted to look proper. So I guess that's really it with that. I'll continue to use this webcam as well, so the quality won't change from the camera. So yeah, that's kind of that. And it's gonna suck to have to transfer over all the overlays and all that jazz because I didn't have them on the Mac. So, but yeah, I'm really liking it here so far. I have no complaints. I guess the bed kind of sucks. It's very it's a twin XL mattress. It's very small. It's very there's no box spring or anything. It's just get a mattress. That's all you have. I would like an actual mattress, not like this crap. But it'll work. I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm only gonna be here a few days a week. Yeah, so far it's pretty nice. I don't have a lot of complaints. The building is nice. I keep walking around down the wrong hallway, which is the one that's really funny because when you walk in the building, my room, you have to turn right to go to my room. I always wind up turning left, and then realizing I'm not in the right hallway. Then I go back, and I look like an idiot every time. And I didn't know how to open the door when I came back from dinner, so I found out I can actually use an ID card to get in. So that's new information to me. So that'll be interesting because I didn't know that, and I looked like an idiot trying to open the door and it was locked. So it's like, Yeah. But so far, I don't really have any complaints about like the building. The building is nice. The RAs are nice. The people seem chill. Pretty much every complaint I have is with this mattress and this laptop. But like I said, if I get my Mac Pro down here, which I plan on doing, and I'll keep it here until I find out whether I get the MacBook for my birthday, in which case I will bring that here and leave this kind of just off to the side. Probably put it in this drawer I have right here. Bring it home with me when I move out. But yeah, this thing will be retired strictly to gaming use at that point if I can get that, because it's 2 years old and it's starting to show its age a little bit, which is crazy. How like computers age so fast. Like most computers from 2017, they are so obsolete now because everything like RTX 20 like 2000 series graphics cards and we're up to like what ninth gen Intel processors now. So it's like having a 7th gen processor and a 1050 in this thing, it just feels old. It feels very outdated, which sucks. But it's starting to show its age, which sucks. But theoretically, I'd love to eventually get the money, especially since it wouldn't be my primary computer anymore. If I get the MacBook, I can send this in to get fixed. Once I get some money together, I can send it to ASUS to get it repaired, all that junk. Have it back, stronger than ever. Hopefully, like brand new. Because when this thing was brand new, it was a monster, and it worked just fantastically out of the box. Right now, I wouldn't be surprised if it bumped my desk because it gets really hot. But yeah, that's what I would like to do with this thing. That obviously be down the line when I have a lot of money spare, because I know it's not going to be a cheap fix to put a new graphics card in or do some work with this thing. I'd love to put thermal cooling on it or thermal paste on it, because I feel like that's pretty bad. I know laptops aren't really known for having that great of thermal paste on it, which I guess is like one thing I really want to do with this thing. If I never figure out to take it apart, because I've watched several teardown videos of these things, they're awful. But yeah, this thing gets insanely hot. Like I'm touching the side of the panel where the keyboard is, and it's warm. It's very warm. I swear it's been hotter, but it's pretty warm right now as it sits. The fans like full blast. It's pretty bad, but pretty much that's all I really have to say about like the room. It's wonderful. I don't really have a lot of complaints yet. Keyword. They have pesticide services in here. For what you get, you have a lot of extra stuff. What you pay for. It's like a little over $6,000 a year to stay here, which is just insane to me, knowing what it is. But you get a lot of extra stuff. The room is kind of like just the room. They know you're not going to stay here all the time. They know you're going to be at class a lot. They know you're going to be hanging out with your friends a lot. So they don't really try to go all out in the room. That's why you don't get an oven in your room. And pretty much what's interesting is they banned every heating element but a air fryer. Can't have wool fryers, can't have toaster ovens, can't have hot plates or anything. And like they're actually like supposed to, like if they see one in your room, they have to confiscate it. So I mean, it's that serious. You're not even allowed to have a router because apparently like it like jams up the connection around the rest of the building. And they were huge on that. Like they made it sound like you could even get expelled for having a router, which is just insane to me. So yeah, please don't bring a router to my room if one of you guys, for whatever reason, comes to visit, because I will get screwed, and I'd rather not get expelled from here. But yeah, they didn't ban air fryers, which is really cool because that's what I have. That's like pretty much besides the microwave oven, that's all I have to heat food up with. It's a lot healthier than an oil fryer. You don't get all the grease, and you get like a lot less calories out of it. And apparently it's good to use here. So I have one here. It's really, I haven't gotten to use it yet, but it's supposed to be like this wonderful thing. So I'm going to try it out probably sometime this week once I get back here. Once I come back home, either Monday or Tuesday. Because I think I'm probably going to come back Tuesday because my class is on Wednesday. And I'd like to get a couple more days at home. But yeah, so far, like minus the bed being the bed. Because like I said, it's a twin mattress, so it's not like a big thing, but yeah, room's nice, to say the least. yeah. So like I said, we'll work on the podcast thing soon. Me and Hayden will be talking over tomorrow. We'll try to see if Michael wants to get on it. We can try to plot out our, some episodes up. We don't want to do a lot of random bullcrap. We want to do something that's proper. But I guess we're probably going to go ahead and end things off here. And because this thing is running really hot, and like I said, I have to get some rest because I got to be back home tomorrow. So I gotta get up in like 12 hours. So I'm probably gonna go to sleep in a little while. But either way, thanks everyone for coming into the stream. Hope you all had a good time. I know it wasn't like the best, most action-packed stream, especially because it pretty much got dwarfed by that blue screen. But I'm gonna leave this up. I'm gonna leave this specific live stream up because why not? It's not like anything that's talking about controversially or anything. And I'll have a driving impressions video with the seats coming Monday. I'm gonna film it tomorrow morning, edit it tomorrow night on the Mac. And like I said, once I come back here, Tuesday or Wednesday, or either Monday or Tuesday night, I'll probably bring the Mac here so I can actually edit here. So, all that said, thanks everyone for tuning in. I'm gonna chill out here and I'll get some rest. And I'll see you guys Monday with a new upload. Thanks again for tuning in.